just wanted to say congrats on being a part of Sonic 2. I thought you did a great job. And for all of our viewers, can you tell us a little bit about your character and her role in the new film?
Yeah, well, Maddie was in Sonic 1, and she plays a veterinarian who has a husband named Tom and now uh, a hedgehog named Sonic, and who, we're a parental unit, and we are on this journey with this little wild child and excited to be there.
Awesome. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, you're a mother yourself, right?
I am a mom. I have a 5-year-old.
A 5-year-old. And in this film, you're basically, Sonic's mom. And did you use any of, your parenting experience while shooting or preparing for your role?
I wish I was more like Maddie, but I am the mom who's like, no, wait, hold on. I'm more like Tom in real life. Like, oh gosh, don't jump off of that. But Maddie's very much even keeled and very logical, and tries to ease Tom's concerns and say, look, Sonic has to figure it out. He wants to be independent right now. When he needs us, he will call, literally. And and then, we'll be there for him always.
Awesome. And I did notice as well that you have like a much bigger role in this film. Like, how do you feel about your character's development and, the way that she was utilized?
I feel super excited, our director, Jeff Fowler, when there were kind of hints of like, whoa, this is actually really good, and I think there's going to be a 2, I moseyed on over to Toby Asher, who's also our producer, and I'm like, hey guys, so the women in this film, can we be part of the action? Can we have some agency? I don't want to just be on a phone. Don't make me pregnant. I don't want any of it. Just let me be part of it. And when I saw the script, I was just blown away that they, listened and made it an organic part of the story.
I was thinking about asking that question. Like, was that part of your idea? But I guess to edit that question is, how hard was that to actually go out of your way and be like, hey guys, can I?
For me, being in the industry for as long as I've been in it, and because our set has been so open, and we've been, even off camera and off stage, we've talked, and it's not that they've given me permission, but they've created a space where they were like, I felt comfortable enough to say, hey guys, so if we have a number 2, and they laughed, literally they laughed, and they were like, we will take everything into consideration, and laughed in a good way, because they were like, I don't think people have done that to them before. And I did, and I'm just a little bold, so it worked.
Yeah, honestly, that's good for you. I honestly did like that you had a bigger role. When I was watching it with my brother, I was like, that's crazy. She's literally you have a whole character arc. It's awesome.
Exactly. Thank you.
Of course. So other than the first Sonic, I was doing some research, and your past films are more aimed towards more like an adult audience. Like, you have PG-13 movies, some rated R movies. How was the transition to, going to an almost animated? I mean, yeah, you did Sonic 1, but what was that like, going to an animated family comedy?
Exciting. I feel like I have a new group of people that I'm surrounded. There's just such good energy. The fanboys, fangirls, the kids who are new to it. I mean, it's so fun. And I feel like I'm the coolest mom, because my daughter is so excited about Sonic. And, she's telling all her friends about Sonic and all these things. And so I just feel very, this is the first thing my daughter can watch that I'm in. And so it's just a new world, and it's invigorating.
Awesome. And what was it like working with, animated characters, I guess? Does it make the scenes harder to shoot, or?
Yeah, so sometimes we're looking at a piece of tape, or we're looking at a ball, and of course it's complicated and difficult a little bit, but the great thing is, when you have an awesome scene partner emoting emotions, and then also off camera, there was an actor named Scott Patey who was all of the characters off screen for us. It made it so much easier, because it felt like wow, we can imagine even further Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and all of them and actually talking to them. So it was very helpful to have that.
Awesome. So I guess, have you played, the Sonic video games, or has your daughter played, or you guys played it together?
I am ashamed to say my daughter knows way more about Sonic than I think I've ever known in my life.
Really?
She kept going with characters to bring in, and she's like, "Is Amy gonna be in it, Mom? Like who?" Like she just kept naming all these people, and then she watches the cartoon too, like the old cartoon,
Yeah.
and she's obsessed. And then she made me play Sonic Kart, like the racing game, and so I'm back into my childhood, but it's obviously more modern. But we have the strawberry, I guess it's called, where they have the old pixelated games. So all of that is just like kind of coming back into my world, and it's nostalgic, and it's so nice that we can pass this on to new generations while older generations also enjoy themselves.
Maybe next time you should bring her to the production meeting. She can get a writer's credit.
Literally.
Um, a few more questions that I have. What were some of your favorite scenes to shoot?
Some of my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Obviously, you just have one. You don't have to do.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite scenes to shoot was with my with my sister Rachel, who's played by Natasha Rothwell, who's comedic masterpiece. And it was just so fun to play and to be our own heroes, and to not be a damsel in distress, and to just like go for it and have a good time doing it. And we did it in dresses. So it was just so fun to get out of the element, that we're used to.
Awesome. And my final question for you is, what do you want the audience to take away, or like, yeah, what do you want the audience to like take away from your character?
I think, I think sometimes I think from my character, with Sonic, he's wants to be independent. And I feel like you sometimes have to like release your hands and let go. And when a person, or, whoever needs you, they'll come back. They'll come back to you when they need you. And so I think releasing, and also for me, I just think overall it's about family, and it's about asking for help, and it's about knowing that you have everything in your body you need to live in this life, right? And sometimes you need to gather strength from others to continue on. And so I think that's it. There's so many amazing themes in underlying this movie.
Congrats on Sonic 2. I thought you did a great job with the direction, especially for a kids movie. For our viewers, can you tell us a little bit about the movie?
Sure. So yeah, Sonic is back, and in a big sequel, a big follow-up. He's sort of settled down in Green Hills at the end of the first film, and now is kind of using his incredible powers to. He's taking him out for a spin, kind of sneaking out at night and trying to fight crime and to be a hero. But he's kind of screwing up a little bit, and he doesn't really have it all figured out. But fortunately, Tom and Maddie, we kind of very quickly see, are working very hard. They've kind of become much more like parents to Sonic. Sonic is just needs some guidance, needs some instruction on how to become a hero. And then, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happens. Robotnik, who was on the far side of the universe, marooned on a mushroom planet, he hooks up with Knuckles, who's played by Idris Elba, and the two of them kind of form an alliance. And then, yeah, they create some real trouble for Sonic. We're also bringing in another fan favorite character, Tails, voiced by Colleen O'Shaughnessy. And that is sort of the stage for our adventure. It's Sonic and Tails versus Knuckles and Robotnik on just a big action-packed adventure.
Awesome. So sometimes it's really hard to do, a follow-up to a movie. Sequels are sometimes, very, very tough to do. And I just wanted to know, from Sonic 1 to Sonic 2, how did you decide to attack the sequel, and how did you know which direction, like the direction that you were going in, was the right one?
Just kind of two things. One was really figuring out and identifying what it was that audiences responded to and loved about the first film, and just making sure that we were going to continue that and honor that. And for me, that was Sonic as a character, the sort of emotional journey of finding a friend from the first film. Friendship is such a relatable concept. We just, that's always going to be part of our movie stories. It's just it's universal. It's a very grounded thing, and so we're just continuing that kind of theme, and then also just wanting to bring in stuff that we know fans would love and just go crazy for. Bringing in Tails, bringing in Knuckles, bringing in this Master Emerald, which is like a holy grail in the Sonic mythology. Just leaning into fan favorite things and just going as big as possible and giving audiences just a big action-packed film, but with lots of heart, all the humor that everyone really came to love from the first film. And yeah, just giving people a reason to go and see this on the biggest screen possible.
Right. I mean, I noticed a lot. It's a lot bigger. There's a lot of, like bigger, I guess, sets, bigger, the snowboarding scene, for example. I don't know if that's giving away anything. And then the climax is huge. Was there any, challenges that you faced with, directing a movie with these live action movie with animated characters, also with live action people?
Oh, it's very, I mean, it's very technical, a lot of visual effects, a lot of computer graphics. Actually, that's sort of what my background is. I got my start as a character animator working in visual effects. So I really love all that stuff. Yeah, it's just kind of working just to tie it all together. We have such an amazing cast. They love making these movies, and then having a really great visual effects team to create Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and do all this great performance and animation. But yeah, it's a blast. I mean, it was so much fun to do. I'm so proud of the movie and just so excited for audiences to see it.
Yeah, totally. So I did want to ask, Jim Carrey as, your main villain, how much of, him, he was very over the top in this one compared to the last one, like very animated, even though, he's not animated. Was there a lot of creative freedom that you gave him, or was most of that like scripted?
Oh, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, Jim is such a collaborative actor. He brings so many amazing ideas to the set. And he's just works very hard. He cares so much about getting Robotnik right, about giving fans a version of the character that they're just gonna know and love and recognize from all the great games. So yeah, it really is. It's a wonderful sort of process, and Jim just is so inspiring. Like I said, he works so hard and cares so much. It's just we're just so lucky to have him as part of the cast.
Of course, yeah. I mean, that must have been amazing to go through. Now, I'm a Sonic fan myself. Like I played when I was a kid. I'm a huge fan of like all the Sega games. Now, is it difficult working on a project that has an already very established fan base, and like how much criticism from the fans did you take from the first one and apply it to the second one, if any at all?
No, you always want to listen, and I think the fans definitely were very excited about bringing in some of these other characters like Tails and Knuckles, and we were excited too. I mean, it was very important to me that we start simple in that first film, start with Sonic versus Robotnik, the way the original 1991 game was designed, and then build from there, because I think that gave us a really great foundation, both just in terms of emotion, but tone and the heart and the humor. To build on for the sequel, and now to get to bring in these characters that I just know fans are so excited about seeing. It definitely felt like we were going in the right direction, and then to have fans see the early trailers, see the early posters, see what the sort of Idris's take on Knuckles was, to get to hear Colleen, who's obviously a huge fan favorite, voicing Tails. I think that just really showed fans that we care about sort of getting it right.
I mean, I also was very excited about Knuckles and all that. I think that was a great take on that. So you don't have to really go into this, if just quickly, did you play the video games as well to get ready for either Sonic 1 or 2?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's important research, right? I mean, you got to go back and play the games. I mean, yeah, no, I've got one of those little Sega Genesis minis that comes preloaded with all the sort of classic games, and it's great because you can also save along the way. Sonic 1 and 2 are very difficult games, and I was relying heavily on that feature. But all the games, I mean, there's so much inspiring imagery across all the Sonic, the 30 years of Sonic games. So much wonderful environment designs, art direction. It all kind of goes into the pot, into what inspires us with what we do with the films.
And where are you looking to go from? I'm not sure if you could even answer this. Do you see a third trilogy?
I definitely, even if I could answer it,
Yeah.
it's still very early days. I mean, I'm just so excited about fans and audiences getting to see Sonic 2. I think
Right.
these movies are just, they're so big and they're so fun, and there's so much heart, yeah, there's a lot of great stories that I think, a lot of great directions that we could go in. But for now, it's just really celebrating the release of this film, and hopefully getting to do much, much more.
And that's great. Yeah, too. And for my final question is, what do you want the audience to take away from, like what's the general message that you want them to take away from Sonic 2?
Oh, I mean, just to have a blast, to have a great time, to go on this great action adventure with characters you care about, to be laughing, to be excited and thrilled. I mean, it's got so many great roller coaster elements. It's just a big, massively fun movie. I think it's perfect for where we're at right now with the world going back to movies, ready to have a great time with friends and family, and just find the biggest screen possible and just have a great time with Sonic the Hedgehog 2.